Okay, I think I'll pop us back to Camelot while we do all the interviews and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds great. And that way I can talk to everyone. Hopefully, most people are in Camelot. Let me fix this. Yeah, there we go. That's an issue right there. Okay. On the website now, challenge.com/official5v5 should have the correct brackets now for the knockout stage. Our first fight coming up in a little bit is going to be Tasty Treats versus Cosmic, Ragodin, and the Chosen Ones. And then after that, we'll have Carrie Nordic versus the mainland champions. Whoever wins those two matches advances to the semifinals. The winner of the Tasty Treats versus Cosmic match will play Pizza Party, and the winner of the Carrie Nordic and mainland champions match will play Free to Play Please in the semifinals.
Nice. That's a cool lineup.
Yeah, looking real strong here. Like, I'm feeling Tasty Treats, Hens Group, which the name eludes me, and Pizza Party, man. I think this is the top three contenders here, but all the other groups, they still got some tricks to pull out, I feel. Or the other group. Carry Nordic, that's right. Using those minstrel tactics.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick AFK myself. Be right back.
Once Shoal gets back, we can get these interviews underway. Just bear with us for a little bit, guys. Just taking a small break, maybe grab some drinks, whatnot. I'm going to take a quick 2-minute AFK real fast. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back.
Hey, welcome
Is
back.
Joel still away? Thank you.
I believe so.
No, I'm
Once he
here
gets
now.
back.
I'm here now.
Okay.
Tricked you.
Yeah, I think we're still live. If we want to go ahead and get our interview people in, that'd be great. You said you were coordinating that, right, Joel?
We found some people. I don't know if we've given them Venturlo info or what have you, but
Yeah, here, I'll
Let's do
send
that.
info to Lou. You send it to... What else did you have?
Hax, I think that he would. Trying to
Okay,
see if
yeah,
he's still in
send it to
IRC.
Hax. I'll send it
I'll
to
send-
Hind. Oh, Hind's not in IRC anymore.
Then I can send it to
He's
him.
on the
Fine.
stream.
Okay.
Hello.
Give us 1 second here, Lou. We're just trying to get a couple
Hey, what's
people in here.
up?
Hey, Lou.
Hola, Kuji.
What the?
No cooch yet.
Alright,
Cooch
alright, kick him out. Let's get Hand in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
whatever the
right,
fuck
Lou-
it is, man. Sorry.
Lou, so
Yeah, my bad. Bleep it.
you guys had a crazy fight there with Pizza Party. Tell us about that. I think everybody's dying to know like what you guys were thinking and what your TS was like there.
I mean, obviously they're a bunch of good players, so we knew it was probably the team to be in the tournament. So we just kind of stuck to our strat, and we really thought we had them. I know Kuji was at like 0%, and I pulled off them, and then they got a nice res off and kind of derailed at the end. Our Bard was down for a long time. We didn't get a res up right away, but it was fun. You know, we're pretty excited to play in the 5v5 tourney. I know Obi and you guys put a lot of time into it, so just kind of like the competitive nature of it. We're not, you know, just kind of here to have fun and see what happens.
Yeah. So how did
We
you
were
guys
really
decide
pulling
on
for-
your set? Yeah, we were really pulling for you. How did you guys decide on your setup?
So everybody, we normally run like full tankers on Hib when we play, primarily because I'm trying to get my Vamp to 11 and kind of stanky in any other setup other than full tanker. So most people kind of expected that. We wanted something a little more creative that was, you know, obviously a lot of utility that could stay alive versus all the different groups. You know, we didn't know if there was going to be 10 groups or if there was going to be 100 groups that were in this. So we wanted something that could compete across the board. And if you know, obviously, if you get caught in a tank group or you get caught in a full caster group, it's
Right.
you know, a little different than in a hybrid group. You know, like this last fight versus Tasty Treats, I was mezzed out for a full minute, and our group didn't die, you know, until, you know, probably 30 or 45 seconds after I came out of CC, and we lost, you know, 2 players. So just the survivability. BDs are pretty overpowered in like BGs and small man and stuff like that, whereas they're not as overpowered in AVA because you have enough deeps to kind of kill their pets and then move on. So that's kind of, you know, obviously the champ with the double debuffs. He can go
Yeah.
both Banelord and BG, and then the Valk for the all-around utility. He can interrupt. He's got pin if we want. Just, you know, there's a lot of utility in a lot of different classes that maybe not be that great in, you know, regular AV8, you know, where you have to fight multiple groups back to back to back, or maybe a little Zerg action. But for a 5v5, just a lot of utility and kind of bounce around a bunch of different setups and stuff like that. So
What made you fall on the champ? Because you're the only ones in the tournament to have a champ.
double debuff, pin, can BG and go Banelord. So like in that last fight, we probably should have had him Banelord instead of BG, but we were a little worried about the Valk just kind of terrorizing the backfield. It was kind of just a mistake. That was kind of our bad. But really, I don't know, like Dustin plays champ pretty regularly in my tank groups. He's really good at it. You know, a lot of timed abilities like ST really can come in handy and, you know, save you in a fight or win you a fight. So I don't know, champ's pretty strong, and when you're not doing it in 8v8 group where, you know, he can get CC'd out, I guess, in a 5v5, but not as vulnerable as he would be in an 8v8 group.
And what do you guys, have you guys made any changes in your strategy or anything for the next round? Or anything that you'd like to change?
Going against Nordic's group, so we'll, we haven't really changed our strat. We're pretty, you know, we're going to just play the way we've been playing, and obviously they bring a different group composition than we've seen so far with the Minstrel group. So honestly, we really haven't talked about it too much yet, so we're probably going to do that after I get out of here and see what the setup's going to be like.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to your group and get the strategy ironed out. Thanks so much for joining us, and you guys probably provided the most entertainment for people watching of the first round. So thanks a lot for that, and best of luck in the second round.
Also, great BD play. I liked against one fight. I think you pushed around to the side. You were kind of sneaky. It didn't seem. I can't remember what fight it was, who you're fighting, but you know, it was nice to see someone trying to be a little clever, going around the side.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to nuke a healer down, I think, and before they realized you were over there. I really like that.
Thanks, guys. Happy to play, and thanks for organizing this. We're having a lot of fun. So.
Thanks, Liv.
No problem. Thanks for coming, man.
Bye.
All right, later.
Also, we have Haxern in here, who was actually part of the fight on the other team against Lou's group. He was part of Pizza Party in that pretty epic fight. Hax, what did you think about that fight? What was going on in your vents?
You hear me alright?
Whoa!
You're a little loud.
A little loud.
Oh, give me a sec then. Alright, how about now?
Yeah,
You
that's
sound
perfect.
great. So yeah, tell us about that fight. I mean, I'm guessing there was a bit of. It wasn't the quietest TeamSpeak room that you guys were in.
No, you can imagine it. Honestly, we didn't see it playing out like that. They were much more competition than we thought, you know.
Wow.
But we had a few like miscommunications, I guess, was the main thing, like not reacting quick enough to changing strategies, playing a bit too one-dimensional.
Right.
Piff got missed, and I don't think Risky heard it. So there was like really little things like that that we didn't quite pick up on. So it's like our own fault, but we sorted it out and knew what to do next time.
And you got to give
Yeah,
that
it was a great
credit too.
We I think Quell's best line was, "I just killed someone. Does it matter?" Like right at the end. And so Kuja's screaming it still matters, and I'm still like wailing away on both support and got no idea how we got a kill. So that was quite funny, but no,
Okay,
we didn't expect it to be that tough.
After Risky's third death, what was the reaction? Was it like silence or was it anger?
Risky was done, man. Risky was like,
That
he
poor
was
Bard
fed up.
was...
He was ready to log. But we were still pretty focused on the fight, and I mean, like, it wasn't that bad. We kind of in the setup, we knew the Bard's gonna have a hard time, and we tried to base the setup around pet scares and keeping him free every now and then, because we didn't expect to be able to kill the Bard pet, the BD pet or anything.
Now, super unfortunately
So,
for you
yeah.
guys, it appears Pet Scare is not working with a Mordred style rule set.
Yeah, we're messing around with it, so we're
Okay.
changing what we're gonna do. So we don't mind it too much. It was unfortunate, but like I don't think it would have impacted too much. I think honestly a bit of luck, and we turned it around. We obviously didn't expect to win it.
Yeah, you guys are really the only ones running a very tank push oriented setup. How did you come to decide on that?
We like the idea of first of all running casters. We just found that it's quite vulnerable. You either run 3 casters without a peel tank, there's nothing to stop tanks running into you. And we kind of expected a lot of setups to be hybrids. So really the setup just has a lot to deal with that, I think. I mean, you've seen how we play in terms of you just put the armsman in front and no one goes forward until the arms is like fully CC immune,
Yeah.
and then you go from there.
Absolutely,
Right.
and
And
the Mauler
Armsman
instead of
really
the
comes
Savage.
invincible. Yeah.
The
Yeah, there's a
Mauler
lot.
instead
In
of the
fact,
Savage.
the only fight, the Mauler just brings it's for the shield. The shield, the unbreakable root, a lot of control on whatever the Mauler's on. So.
Right. So, moving forward, you haven't fought the Thurgis groups yet. Has that been a concern that
No,
you guys are
looking
going into
forward to
that without practicing, or what?
No, we've had a few scrims versus Thurgs, and really looking forward to fighting Hen's group, hopefully,
Right.
at some point. But we're not too worried about Thurgis, I don't
You're
think.
not worried?
Like,
You guys have a
we're
plan
just
to deal with the
talking about
Thurgs?
it. We got plans to hopefully deal with it, but we haven't played against one in a little while, so just got to see what happens.
When we scrimmed you Hacks with my team, it was a setup similar to Hen's, except for we had the Mentalist instead of a Bone Dancer, I think. you guys were able to kind of neutralize the Thurg pretty easily. He wasn't able to get a ton of pets out. And also Risky was able to, anytime a pet came out on Risky, he was able to confuse it before it got to him, so it died. But, you know, Hen's group's a little different. I'd imagine they'll have the BD pets also on the Bard, so the Bard won't be able to confuse the pets before it gets to them, with the BD pets also interrupting. So it might be a little different there. It'll be interesting. Interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, we've talked about how the BD pet, we think it's quite obvious it'll be on the Bard from start to finish. It's unlikely we'll kill it. You know, we might get windows for it, but there's a lot more attention to, you know, if they've got free casters, you got to stay on them rather than the BD pets. So just got to play around it.
So, of all the 5 that you guys have in your group, is there a player, Hacks, in your opinion, that you would have changed out of the folks that you selected for your 5 after that first round? Who do you think, if you had to boot somebody, who would that be?
As in a player, or
yeah, who would it be?
I don't think that's really fair to bring anyone out of the team. I think everyone's like holding their own, you know, and it's pretty calm. We're talking about what we think we can improve on, what we've done wrong.
You guys have been very, very strong, and it's been fun to see. What do you think of the tournament thus far in general? Like how everything's gone, how smooth things have been, if there's been any challenges on that end?
No, we've enjoyed it. We liked everything so far. We like the turnout was a bit better than we thought. We thought there was going to be less of a turnout. I mean, a hell of a lot of people watching as well, compared to what we'd usually see in like the usual 8v8 streams, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Bit of variety, some like unfamiliar faces. I don't think I've ever in my life fought Vegemite or Lou. That was like nice to have something different. Yeah, just get to play a few different people, I guess.
And
what do you think of
into
the maps?
The next round?
Are they suitable?
Yeah, we like the maps. Just having some of the mobs around, we saw like a few of the fights we were watching. It hasn't directly affected us. Like people aggroing the mobs to break routes, you know, it doesn't affect us. But we're seeing it, so I don't know if having the grey mobs around is the best thing. But I like the maps themselves. They've all been perfect for any sort of Kai group, I guess.
Good. Now, a question about your team in particular. Who would you say is the most important person on your team? Would it be Mofangs?
I mean, Mofangs just brings us all together, you know. He's
I mean, he's kind of the reason that team exists, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't usually ask for much or anything from Mo, so it's nice to have just such a nice guy around. So, you know, just giving good morale, you know. He really helps with morale, his team spirit. He's over in Brazil at the moment, cheering us on.
Yep, he's in the stream.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Now, if you guys do manage to win the tournament, what toppings are you going to put on your pizza?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'd just be happy to win, man. I'm not worried about my toppings. I'm here for the fun, and yeah, I just enjoy a bit of competition. And it's honestly, the nicest thing is actually playing with some of the guys that I haven't played with in quite a long time, because we get dribs and drabs playing Euro and things like that. We haven't, like the 5 of us haven't played together in quite a while, so it's good fun.
Are you excited to play DAOC without Snoop?
I mean, that's like Christmas come early, you know. It's nice. I mean, I think I was saying the other day I did miss him. I know I did say that, and came back the other morning. I'm already gonna go ahead and take that back, you know. So
yeah. well,
I think I got ahead of myself there.
We're guessing you guys got a lot to talk about before the next round. So thanks so much for joining, taking the time, and wish you guys the best of luck.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Do we have one more person here?
We do. We have the eponymous member of the Carry Nordic team. Thanks for joining, Nordic, and bit of a rocky start for you guys. So what happened in that first fight?
Hey guys. First of all, can you hear me okay?
You're a little loud. If you wouldn't mind turning it down.
How's that?
Great.
Prime.
Is that a bit better?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So the question was, what happened in that first fight? Because to be honest, we were expecting a little bit longer of a fight.
Yeah, well, we didn't get much warm up. We had to, there was a big miscommunication, and it was my fault completely. I thought that the Minstrel was carrying the Thurgist, and he thought that I was carrying the Thurgist, and as the team leader, that's my responsibility to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So it's completely my fault. The Thurgist had great positioning. Ilial had a great fight, and so he got out several pets. And then another thing that they did really well was they coordinated their Bard, Zephyr, our Aug healer, and then they mocked down me. Unfortunately, I had my timer used already because I used Astral Negative belt and then switched to a normal belt, so I couldn't cloak. So I was just kind of a sitting duck, and then it was just really hard to recover from there. They're a great team. I mean, they have a great setup, great players, but it was mostly the fight would have been a bit longer if I did a proper job on captaining and making sure everybody was on the same page.
So
Now I
talk
have
to
a
us
question.
about your guys'
Okay.
setup. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
go
kind of asking everybody to tell us about how they came to conceive of their setup, and you guys are running a very interesting one. It's probably the lowest DPS output of any of the groups in the tournament. How did you guys decide on your setup?
It's an interesting question, and kind of our group had an interesting dynamic. We had an unfortunate situation where one of our group members had to drop out early. Originally, what I was doing was putting people on in what, in my opinion, was their just strongest class. Originally, we had Tom on Minstrel. He's known as Tom the Minced. He's one of the best, if not the best, Minstrel player in my opinion in the game. I was originally going to play Sork, but we kind of had to do some character swaps. And what I also wanted to do was have people work together well on coordinating classes. So it didn't happen in the first fight, and it was my fault. But normally, Pharmacist and I work very well together in front line. And then we have Ramo and Sato, and they're brothers. And they coordinate very, very well. It's kind of a difficult setup to run because you have to have so much coordination. We're running a Body Sork BD, so you can cold debuff for the BD, and the BD can instant body debuff for the Body Sork. So it actually has quite a bit of sneaky DPS.
Yeah, it's certainly, we certainly saw that when you guys got a window, you were just able to immediately kill something, which was really cool to see. And I think once the front line got a little more, as you said, there was a bit of confusion first fight, but once that got sorted out, you guys were pretty good in the front. So, you know what? After that first fight, and you played against the Thurg, what was your adjustment that you made besides the actual assignment of responsibility? What else were you guys thinking would help you mitigate the devastating effect of those pets?
Well, on the first fight on Ink, we were trying to be a little bit too cutesy. In my opinion, my personal opinion, we tried to give the Minstrel Pet CC immunities by releasing it and then mezzing it, and we didn't do it like pre the fight. We did it like as the fight was starting, so it'd still be fair. Which was kind of interesting. The Bard was very threatening up front, so we had to charge early. But honestly, like just me playing better, better communication with my front line, and it was kind of a bit of a warm-up, to be honest. It was an unfortunate thing. We played bad, they played awesome. That's kind of all there is to it.
Do you have confidence
Me,
that
I
if you
played
fight
bad.
them again, that you'll be able to pull it out?
I wouldn't say like yeah, we're just gonna crush them. I think it'll be a much better fight, and we'll have a better chance at it.
Right.
But I don't know. We fought a similar group, kind of the fight after that, and they had an unfortunate situation where their Bard linked it on Ink. But I think we were in a much better position on the opening in that fight. I'll put it that way. Than
Right.
The other one.
And have you guys been discussing how, if you do advance far enough, how to fight this very formidable-looking tank group?
Well, that's an interesting question, actually. We do have something in place. I think it's really unfortunate for that group, actually, that the pet scare isn't working very effectively. It's kind of a common bug on live as well, especially versus BD pets, and that's pretty crippling for that group, actually.
Right.
So it's a little bit unfortunate for them. I'm actually really confident versus that team.
Okay.
But
Excellent.
we'll,
Well, we're kind of we're coming up to the next round here, so we'll let you get back to your team, and you guys can discuss how you're going to go
I'll
forward.
just got a question.
And,
I wanna hear his one real quick.
Oh, I was asking why, Tom the Minstrel. Why is he not Tom the Minstrel here? Why is he Tom the Aug healer? That was my question.
Well, I just wanted to put kind of I wanted a minstrel in the group. I think a minstrel is undervalued in small man. They're an extremely difficult class to play effectively. I think Chris is in the top 3. He's a very, very solid minstrel as well. And I didn't think it hurt the team. Chris was our backup person, and when we had the person drop out, I wanted to put Chris on a strong class 3 plays, which is minstrel. So I didn't want to have 2 minstrels. I think that's kind of weird. So that's just kind of how that happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes-
Well, thanks so much for doing this, and best of luck in the next round. And maybe we'll connect with you after the tournament.
By
and
the way,
kinda
Nordic, you're
recap.
up next. You're going to be
Awesome.
fighting Lou in the first match of the knockout, so good luck there.
Good luck, Luke.
They seemed a
Thanks,
pretty good
guys.
group. Yep. All right, we got about a couple minutes until we start that fight. We'll go ahead and get people, hopefully, see if they're ready to port over, and go ahead and get the fight started.
All right. Well, we heard some very good interviews. Actually, people were very articulate, very entertaining. So that's actually great to see. And I think we got some really good insight into why the groups are composed as they are, and some of the challenges that they've had in that first round. So I think the next round fights are going to be very, very compelling. Some of these groups haven't fought yet, which is going to be great. And we're just about ready to get this started. So if you need to get a drink or go to the bathroom, I suggest going now, because I don't think you're going to want to miss more than 10 seconds of these fights, because they're going to be very, very exciting. So why don't everybody go ahead and do that right now, and we'll be back in about 1 minute, and we'll get things started.
Which fight is up next? I missed that, sorry.
It's going to be Nordics versus Mainland, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mainland champions versus Carry Nordic. What do you guys think about fight locations for the semifinals? We're going to do Stonehenge for the third place match. We're going to do Magmel for the finals.
So semifinals is what you're looking for?
Yeah. What do you guys think good maps for the semifinals are? We have 2 of them, obviously, so we need 2 decent
Yeah.
maps. What have been your favorites outside of Stonehenge area and Magmel?
Dell and Crater for sure. I like that zone a lot.
Yeah, let's probably skip Cornwall. We had that recently.
Yeah.
Are we
Avalon
live right
City
now?
ones. Yeah, we are. So we'll do Delling Crater, and let's see. Let me think of. I can't remember what all is in the pool.
What was the Valley one?
Valley one. Let's see. Was that another Salisbury one?
I can't remember. It was the one with the Rocots, remember?
That was Agremont.
That was second one.
Oh, okay. Where do those Rocots come from? Is that the Gahara setup?
Yeah, I don't know where those things came from, honestly.
I think it's because it's the Gaharis layout. Because I think they have Rocots.
Oh, interesting. Maybe. Yeah, well, I don't think we're gonna do
Not forever.
Agremont again anyway.
Aw. We will vote for Nathuni South. The Proving Grounds. TG, that'd be a pretty good one.
Lynn Barfog right at the entrance there. That'd be cool. Bring people way back in time.
King's Room.
King's Room. There you go. Who said that? Give that man the time.
I
card.
did. I said it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The King's Room.
Mo Fangs paid me to say that one.
Did he?
It's a no. That's like tanker setup though. It's right there in the close quarters.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Just keep all of the merchants in there too.
Yep. And the King's aggro, you can go on anyone. PKB? What's that?
Freedom Keep Bridge.
Oh, wow. I remember leveling my Thurges there.
IDF.
Yep, I remember there.
I think we might do an Otherworlds location, is what John was saying is available.
Ooh,
You
that'd be
can clear out all the
fun.
mobs, and we can
With like the fog?
have a fight in the Otherworlds. Yeah, with the fog and stuff.
Ooh.
Be interesting. Add another dynamic to the fights.
That'd be totally. Well, I suppose it's not really totally new, but the fog and atmosphere would be new.
Totes cool.
Totes.
See, I think we're waiting on one of Nordic's team members to log back in, and then we'll get started.
So I think what we're also going to do at the end is we'll be looking at naming a tournament MVP, and that person will get the bragging rights. And I've actually decided that I'm choosing the tournament MVP.
Oh, are you?
With some
Okay.
input from the chat. Yes. So that person will be crowned, and they'll be the unofficial MVP of the tournament as crowned me.
Nice.
Of course.
Does it go to Mofangs by default?
Have you been bribed?
Yeah, go
No,
solo.
no,
Wow.
right. I was following the
So
theme.
I'm.
Okay, Otherworld stuff's too dark apparently, so we're not gonna be able to do that.
Aw. That's where the tap targets come out.
I mean, of all the players so far, who has really stood out to you guys?
Hens Thurgis has done well, but I think a lot of that has to do with their group also. Giving
I agree.
him opportunities to get a lot of pets, but he's taken the opportunities.
So
Well,
far, for me,
lot of
it's
pets, he
definitely been that
able to have a good month.
Thurgist. It's been Lou on the Bone Dancer, and then I think Quell on that Mauler has just been really something that nobody has been able to find an answer for.
I'm gonna throw my vote to TTY on Valk. He's pretty much shown consistency, and he seems to be improving throughout the fights, especially
very
in the last
true.
fight versus Mainland.
He has been very effective, and he's given them a ton of space on those casters.
Yeah, even though they lost to Pizza Party, he still did a great job trying to control those tanks there. It's a tall order for him, but he stepped up as
Absolutely
well.
agree.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And one person I really need to thank, person that really needs to be thanked for the tournament is John Broadsword, who has been doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff. He's doing all the porting to the setups. He set up all of the zones with the setup mobs and the buff bots. He's even doing some on the fly for us as well. He's been a huge help to us. Couldn't have done it without him. So thank you, Broadsword. Thank you, John.
Yeah, it's
Woo.
how well this tournament has gone on, like has gone logistically and on the back end is just I don't think we ever could have hoped that it would go this well, and it's unbelievable, especially for a first go round. And if you've ever had to organize anything that involves 50 to 60 moving parts, you'll know that the opportunity for things to go wrong is very, very, very high.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm also glad, the turnout's very good. That was something that was a worry, especially when we had to change the dates after we had already announced it and got sign up underway. Some teams had to, leave the tournament due to that, but we got a lot of teams back. Only had a couple not show up, but they signed up, initially before we changed the date. So I think that might have been an issue. Maybe one day didn't show up, but thanks to everyone that did show up. Just like John, we couldn't have done it without the participants. Very necessary component to the tournament.
That's absolutely true. You can have as much porting as you like. If there's only 2 teams, it's not going to be much fun for anybody.
Right.
And that does speak that there is a vibrant, competitive spirit in Dark Age of Camelot. It just maybe has been dwindling slightly over the last couple of years. But I think people really do want to have fun fights and competitive fights. It's about creating an environment where that can thrive. I think that's what we're doing with this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people who are really gung-ho for DAOC, and you don't really see that a lot nowadays. You just see people hopping from MMO or whatever game they're playing, and then everyone just always comes back to DAOC, man. The population has been pretty good, at least US time, I've noticed, and it just seems to be getting better. And there's a lot. We talked about it earlier. There's a lot of people who will, even financially support people who are willing to put in the effort to, improve the game or support it.
Absolutely, and it still is an incredibly fun game to play. I mean, the graphics are obviously a little bit dated, but they're not so obnoxious and archaic that you can't play. And there's a certain degree of simplicity of how everything works, but then an underlying layer of complexity to keep things interesting, which is really nice.